children. We're going to talk about children's health. And when we talk about children's health, we have to think about how to help them be healthy so they don't get sick. And if they do get sick, to be able to get over it. Because, everyone's going to get sick once in a while. So we need to think about our health, because if we're healthy, our children are going to be healthy. And so before we're ever even thinking about having a baby, we need to prepare ourselves to have a baby. And so both the mother and father need to do all those health things in order to do that. And that would be staying away from drugs and alcohol and caffeine and all those things that are deteriorating to your health. And eating those foods that are going to make us strong and healthy and help our immune system. And so the very best thing we can do is fresh raw produce, just as it was provided by our Creator. And that's the very best thing we can do. A lot of people have a hard time with fresh raw produce because they're not used to it. They're used to having that food totally cooked and separated and broken down for us. And so sometimes it's hard to get onto a fresh produce diet. But the best thing to do there would be to start with fresh juices, because those get right into the system. And I'm not talking about canned juices and bottles and things. I'm talking about buy yourself a juicer and do a lot of juices, and then work into eating the whole food so that your body can get used to breaking it down. And that's the very best thing you can do for children's health, is you make yourself healthy. And then when you do get pregnant, the mother and father have contributed to the health, and you're going to give that child the best opportunity for good health in their life. And as the mother is carrying that baby, once she is pregnant, then her diet during her pregnancy is very, very important for the future health of that child. And so she needs to make sure she's eating the right foods and getting all the nutrients she needs. And she's not going to get those from Cheerios and Twinkies and Coca-Cola. In fact, those are things we're telling you to stay away from. And a lot of women think that they have to have a lot of milk to have a healthy child. And it's absolutely the opposite. We don't want to do dairy. We want to stick to fresh fruits and vegetables. And as far as animal products are concerned, probably the best is fish. And as far as animal products also are concerned, we probably want to do them sparingly. And so there is a good diet. Babies tend to also, even if you're nursing, babies tend to get constipated. And then they get really cranky. And you know what? Kids get cranky when they're constipated. And you know what? Adults get cranky when they're constipated. Okay. Dr. Christopher used to say, we'll never have world peace as long as we have constipated warriors sitting around a peace table talking war, So best thing we can do for the whole world is everybody get rid of the constipation. And again, a lot of that is controlled with what the mother eats, so that it's in the milk that she's giving. But if there's a problem, then we would use Dr. Christopher's kitty rag, which will help the bowels, but isn't really truly a laxative. So he's used herbs that are very mild. So some people may think, well, that's really silly talking about constipation as the very first thing, but it really is. And Dr. Christopher used to always say that 90-something% of all disease starts in the colon. And so if we can keep that colon clear, we're going to have a healthier child. And next after that, bacteria happens. Viruses are there. They're in the environment. And again, the mother's milk will protect that child until the child's immune system starts developing. And when the child's immune system starts developing, I mean that you can see the babies are like picking things up off the floor, sticking them in their mouth. They're always putting things in their mouth. And that's like, challenge the immune system, challenge the immune system, challenge the immune system. So they're like instinctively putting things in their mouth, which is introducing them to the flora in the environment the things that are out there, and it's a little challenge all the time. And so let them do it. And so if we keep that immune system up and active, then that's what we need to be careful with and do for our children. So we let them play outside. That's one of the best things they can do for their immune system. The sun hits their skin, penetrates their skin, interacts with cholesterol and creates vitamin D. And the immune system cannot function without vitamin D being present there all the time. That's why you usually find they have colds and flus and things, in the winter time and not usually in the summertime, because they are getting plenty of vitamin D and the body needs vitamin D. Isn't it interesting that it's not really in the food chain? Because you get it from the sun. And so sheltering your child from the sun all the time is not a good idea. So their immune system needs that. They need touching with the earth. They need to be grounded. Let them play in the grass. Let them play in the dirt. Let them eat the dirt if they want, Some, not a lot. You don't want to have a diet of dirt. But yeah, let them be in touch with their environment, and their immune system will adapt, and they will be healthy their whole lives, right from the very start if you do it as a child. I really think that worldwide, a lot of these problems could be solved with the simple things I've been talking about. That if you have good parenting, if you have good social life for your children, if you have them eat natural foods and get plenty of exercise and get in touch with the earth, they're going to be well equipped for anything. And again, when they fall down, you help them to understand that we all have that, and the worst thing is to lay there and cry, and the best thing is to get up and try again. So, children's health is really quite simple.